I said it. I said you were a nerd. What you gonna do about it? Nothing. That's what. Mass DT lol. Is this going on YouTube or something? Maybe. The game's good enough. In the bottom left. Well, it was perfect timing, P-Knuckle. I literally just added that browser source because I forgot to initially. Nailed it. In the bottom left is the red Zerg. It is the BBC. Probably not the actual BBC, but yeah. In the top right has the blue Protoss. It is actually, for realsies, feardragon, the commentator. Okay, that was all it was done. This is a gateway, not a forge. So I guess DTs is gonna happen here. Feardragon pretending that he doesn't know who Feardragon is. That's funny. That's good. Do you guys like that? You like the bit sound? Anytime Feardragon makes a pun, I definitely want people to use that laugh. Perhaps it'll be like conditioning, where he'll just be so afraid of hearing the laugh, he'll stop making puns. I actually had no intention to DT this game. I believe you. I know you can play some standard games. Whoa! 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 Hold on here. It's actually the BBC that's making it all types of weird. He did go for a pull first, but I thought that was perhaps because the probe was bothering him. But nope. Sending drones across the map. I thought they were... Well, honestly, I wasn't paying attention. But they are here, and they're building 2 proxy hatch. Now, I think Feardragon actually knows how to deal with this. Feardragon, when you are a person who does weird things, you are generally better against weird things. Maybe one part you've been in situations more often, forcing the weird things to happen, and 2 parts your brain is just more well-suited to deal with them. I'm not sure exactly, but I do like the cannon choice. You are going to be a little afraid of the front still. So, yeah, there goes the probe to go ahead and make sure nothing just sneaks on in here. Actually, is that a full wall-off? Is it, though? I don't know if it is or isn't, but definitely make it a full wall-off. It's going to relieve a lot of issues. The hatchery in the top was canceled. So the trick you really want to do is to make it so you pull enough probes to leave the hatchery basically dead when it pops. So you'll have to make the Zerg player choose, do I want it to be kind of dead and still use it, or should I just cancel it? Because if you pull enough probes to actually stop it from building, you're actually losing a ton of mining time when there's another hatchery popping up anyways, and there's lings on the front line, so it can be tricky. It looks stupid, but it can actually be really tricky, and that's why the Zerg players do it. But a cannon, a shield battery, 2 cannons actually, whoa. Oh my god, this map, it's World of Sleep. Oh my god. It does it to me too. It does it to pros as well. Why is this one, why? Okay, anyways. Luckily the cannon protected it. Zealot is dealing with the lings and managed to scamper on by, and the cannons will also eventually deal with the proxy hatch. Of course, broodlings will pop, and that pylon is a little scary, but shield battery could actually recharge it if your dragon's paying attention. Nice cancel. Nice kill on that creep tumor. That's really annoying when they get that down there. It's more annoying when maybe your Nexus also died or was canceled. But, you know, imagine if it wasn't killed, it might have been enough to block out this right here, and no wall would ever come down. The cannons have really done this. Like, Feardragon said, I swear I wasn't behind in this game or something like that, didn't you? Wait, did I just, like... Did I just make that up? Oh my god. I feel like I just made that up. That's weird. It was a replay name. Oh, okay. Alright, yeah, I was like, what? Okay, yeah, he's knitted with saying I was never behind, and I don't think you ever actually were. 2 Nexus live. 7 X-Core live, so you still have access to technology. Well, these lings got in, that kind of sucks. I mean, it could have been a more perfect hold for sure, with the probe going to go down. No! Another probe went down. Lots of lost mining time as well. It could have been a better hold, especially in the last couple seconds there, but... yeah, keep in mind, that's 350 minerals for this hatchery, 50 minerals drone-wise, and 75 minerals for the cancel here. And then, how many lings died? Nope, that's workers. Well, 9 probes died, I know that now. 26 plus a queen plus an attempted spine crawler that I missed apparently. There you go. So resources lost those favor Fear Dragon. And the other thing you always want to look at, like economy to economy is a decent way to start evaluating what the game is truly like. But the other thing you want to look at is the pacing of the game. So who's lost technology, who lost stim, who lost warp gate, as well as, you know, how fast can they get into further tech, right? If they lose their Time X4 entirely, forget about warp gate, they also can't go into a robo or a stargate. So having all these things already still alive is actually quite nice. Not that we've seen any additional tech. Oh, there it is. Twilight Council and DT. There you go. Now, the BBC had a couple of pylons blocking him, so does finally take care of that. Went for the third base first and is now going to get a total of 3 bases. Bailiness was put down in a very aggressive timing. I thought he was going to follow up with a Ling Bailing all in, but I guess that was more of a cautionary thing. Unfortunately, if you really, really use your head here, you can kind of evaluate what you've seen. You've obviously got a lot of scouting and realize that even if Fear Dragon were to put down 4, 5, 6 gateways, which he couldn't afford, so that's actually not going to happen, it'd take a little while for any type of decent army to actually appear. But I suppose that could have been a choice. I don't think you can build that many gateways that fast. You remember, they were both down to like 20 probes at one point. So, proxy gateway it is, plus gateways, just enough to get 4 DTs. That makes sense for the DT shenanigans. Lair is done and Overseer is being made. Now, Stalker shouldn't actually stop that from scouting the Dark Shrine. Oh no, come on Overseer, just go, just blitz right through, man, just go for it. But even if you see the Dark Shrine, you might think, okay, I have like 20 or 30 seconds to defend, when really you have less. There's a proxy gateway. Okay, I was like, that Overseer did not go far enough back to see it, but the Changeling did see it. 2 Overseers are on the way. DT Blink has started and +2. Fear Dragon better than Drogo confirmed, because Fear Dragon knew that +2 actually affects the kill shot of roaches. Drogo didn't know that. Not that we have roaches on the field. Does +2 affect any other kill shots? Against queens or something? Upgrades are bad, but getting fully surrounded by Lings, pretty bad. Good Archon Morph. There are still, unfortunately, enough Lings to take care of this. And no second Archon Morph in means that this one is going to die. So definitely not a great start there. Good timing on the scout from the BBC.
Apparently you are doing something right, Captain.
Why does Fear Dragon hate British broadcasting so much? Are they terrible? I've always thought they were pretty good. I don't know why. Not like I watch the BBC. That's not true, actually. I think I watch the BBC when I'm, like, traveling, because sometimes it's the only news channel in English. There's also, like, CNN International, I guess, in, like, Germany and stuff. You lied to me! What did he lie about? What did Fear Dragon lie about? Oh, no mass... Oh, he literally said no mass DT today. All I read was not this game. I thought he was talking about YouTube. Yeah, you did lie, Fear Dragon. What the hell, man? We're not quite at mass DT yet, but I assume we're going to get there. DT Blink +2, still about 20 seconds away from finishing. This was not a strong start to the rest of the game. So now I can see where you might have been behind. But even as we see the DTs get absolutely just roadblocked there, the BBC has actually been messing up in other ways. A lot of missed macro here. Supply block right now. Probably in the past there were a couple of supply blocks. Not actually using the larva, not injecting. These banking 1,300 minerals, 1,200 gas, and has 8 less workers than the Protoss. In a point of time where he really should have been at 60, 70 workers going to a 4th base, building up to Hydras or Roaches or whatever he wants. That's where Sarah would be. Well, Sarah would have already won this game. But the point is, the BBC might have dealt with the DTs, but very, very classic side effect of DTs is dying to them in the indirect way. There's a side effect of DTs. There's the, they punch you in the face with the scythe effect, and there's the fucking DTs so stupid and you miss macro effect. And that's kind of what's going on here for the BBC. Now, the economy is looking good for Fear Dragon, but keep in mind, getting a 3rd base is going to be difficult. That army supply not looking too hot. But when a Fear Dragon gets an army, it will be pretty good. Storm, Archons, Charge, GT Blink, +2 with +3 on the way, where the BBC again has been just locked on the current composition. There we go, that's what I was going for. Current composition, not even thinking about getting any upgrades. I think the Spire is a good choice. It might be a little too on the nose though, and I'm glad Fear Dragon may be thinking the same thing. You know, someone going for this Baneling and Banelings, probably going for Mutas. Good Storms! Probably saved the day right there. Ooh, geez, that was very awkward, but a lot of the high health structures like a Forge and a Gateway were able to keep hold of the wall, and the Archons did a fabulous job of that as well, with the help of the shield battery. I like the BBC. This guy's, he's want to laugh at himself. I like it. But the Storm certainly also helped. Those were some pretty clutch Storms. I got arrogant. That's, yeah, absolutely what happened. I think, honestly, it was a lot of horse blinders on the DTs, but I think there was also the added effect of being arrogant. That's certainly led him to do that attack, but has also led to very, very poor macro. Fear Dragon, as opposed to losing his third Nexus and being contained on 2 bases, while the BBC goes up to 16 mutas, that bank's about to be really scary, is now with a third Nexus, fully saturated, and his army is still pretty scary, because the economy's fine, and he just has to use his gateways. Semimax Core was killed. It's a little awkward. No sentries, no stalkers. But it is just completed. The most awkward thing about this right now is no Robo for War Prism. And that is actually devastating when you need to make that split-second decision against mutas to warp in stalkers. 16 mutas against 3 Archons and a couple of Storms, though. That's actually going to be a really tough fight. The BBC, if he had the Lings and Banelings still on the ground as well, I think it's an easier fight. Especially if there's a surround. But with just the Lings and the mutas, that's a different story. 22 Banelings are now on the way, but... oh, if they come down to choke. Oh, nice snipes on the Storms. Maybe could have tried to damage the mutas, but let's be real. If they don't die, they're not dying anytime soon. They run away, they heal instantly. Thank you, Heart of the Swarm, for that one. Reinforcing from across town. Might just work out here. Archons want to take the brunt of the attack. Zealots actually start the game. Start the attack for them, but that's fine, actually. There weren't enough Banelings. They didn't get a full surround and crash into the entire army. They kind of crashed into a conga line of Zealots, which was very effective for Fear Dragon, who's now going to be able to win without a War Prism, but with a heckin' good economy. And the Archons will be enough to take care of the mutas. Guardian Shield also very helpful in this situation as well. Not that the Archons are going to struggle, especially with the support of the Stalkers. And the BBC has unfortunately... yeah, kind of through this game. With how bad those DTs were, if he was macroing and doing everything like he should have been the entire time, that would have been his ticket back into it. But I don't think it's nearly as clear-cut as he was ahead from the get-go. I actually think the BBC had fallen behind with the proxy hatcheries, but those DTs really failed. there were like 6 DTs that really failed. Oh, the Overlord Carnage. Oh, God. Oh, the BBC. Didn't die to mass DTs, by the way. So, Fear Dragon did not lie. 6 DTs, you know, 4 and then 2 and then 2, whatever. That's not mass DT. Way to keep your Arna intact there, Fear Dragon. GG. The BBC fell flaccid. Well, there's a way to put it. Okay.